What's up, guys? Dan here for BladeReviews.com, and this time around I'm taking a look at the SOG Ops fixed blade knife. Fans of the Seal Pup should be looking at this one and saying, man, that looks a lot like a Seal Pup, and it does. It has a striking amount of parallels to the Seal Pup, pretty much the same size, very similar materials, in fact, the same materials, and you know, when I went onto the SOG website, SOG themselves were saying that this was a kind of an evolution of the Seal Pup, and this one's kind of morphed into an even more tactical role, and I'm going to classify this as a tactical fixed blade knife for purposes of the review. And so I'm not really looking at it from a survival knife standpoint. It could definitely do some utility tasks. It could do some survival tasks too, but mainly the way I'm looking at this is from like an emergency defensive, military and police use kind of blade. And really the reason why I say that is just by studying, well, I don't want to say I studied it too much, but by looking at the blade, by examining the blade. And you can see here it's got this recurve, and it's got a very fine tip that's been reinforced with that swedge, a tip designed for penetration, not a tip designed to take a lot of wax with, or be pounded into logs too much. I think it's a tip that was mainly designed for penetration and used as a tactical knife. So that's where I'm coming at you with the tactical knife stuff from. And I think even the name itself suggests that, SOG Ops. So some sort of operatives are going to want to use this one. And the shape, it's a little unconventional. It's a drop point. It's kind of an interesting look to it, but I think it is definitely functional for those kinds of roles that I was describing there. So, blade steel on this one is AUS 8 stainless, and it's been given SOG's cryogenic heat treatment, which does improve edge retention slightly. It's an interesting proprietary method of heat treating this steel, and I think AUS 8 was a good choice here given the price and given what you would use this for, because really you want a steel that will be easy to sharpen in the field. If you're going to use this for those kinds of applications, you want something that's easy to sharpen and also something that isn't going to chip too easily. And AUS 8, it is a softer steel, so it's going to be less prone to chipping, and it will be easier to sharpen. So I think it was a good choice, all things considered. Mine has been given a black titanium nitride coating, and you also have the option of the satin finish coating. Mine's held up pretty well. I've just noticed a little bit of wear from drawing it in and out of the sheath, I believe. That's what this is here. That's not dirt. That's actually a little bit of wear. And if I were to really start whaling on this knife, you would notice a lot more wear. But to be honest, I don't have a huge use for a fixed blade tactical, so I didn't carry it. I didn't go to war with this knife. So I can only offer you really some kind of superficial examinations of it. But I think I think the coating will work pretty well. The satin finish is nice too. Black is definitely more quote-unquote tactical, and it's a good finish too. It's going to hold up pretty well. Definitely not something cheap and painted on. The handle is directly from the Seal Pup family of knives, so if you've got the new Seal Pup with the extra texturing along the back, then this is the same exact handle. It's a proven design, and it is made of GRN, glass reinforced nylon, so a nice heavy duty material. Flicking on it a little bit, it's solid. It's not some sort of cheap lightweight plastic. It's got some good density to it, but still lightweight enough for this thing to weigh only 5.4 ounces, so impressive. I'm going to jump into ergonomics here, because the handle, there's not a whole lot to say else about the handle construction, but for the Seal Pup, one of the complaints was that this texturing wasn't that aggressive. It's not really jimping or anything. So with the Ops, you can see here, obviously they put some pretty heavy-duty texturing, jimping on here, and it's actually very sharp. And it's got a nice thumb ramp, so it bites in there solid, real solid. And I think, give you a nice close-up of that, I think that's really nice. So for getting more control and leverage on the knife, for cutting tasks, slicing, it definitely works. And all in all, ergonomics are solid. The texturing on here is not super heavy, but it does give you a good amount of traction. The diamond texturing on the side is very good. There's no texturing on the bottom. The stuff on the back is not too bad. Offers you some feedback. But it's certainly a big enough handle for forward and reverse grips, and that jimping really ties it all together in terms of choking up, getting some detail, getting some power, in your slices. Not really a chopper, but for slicing. And the handle does have a lanyard hole. Like I said, not really a chopper, so I'm not sure if you're going to want to put a lanyard on there. Personally, I'm not, but you have the option. Nice big lanyard hole. So that pretty much covers the knife. Let's take a look at the sheath here, which is pretty impressive in its own right. Made of a couple thick pieces of Kydex, the shell at least. And what I like about this shell is it is fully reversible, so you can carry this on either side. It's ambidextrous. Some people like carrying their fixed blades on their weak side, so you have the option of doing that if you're going to use this belt loop. You've also got a lot of eyelets here, so multiple ways to use this. You can take this thing off the belt loop and throw some molly clips on there, some tech locks, or even just lash this to something. And you got plenty of good options here for carry. It comes with this belt loop, which is made of a nice heavy-duty nylon. It's got Velcro, very nice nylon. As you can see, it stands up straight on its own. So this is thick stuff. It's not cheesy materials. And let's take a look at the retention, which is good. Let's see here. I'll show you. Comes together with a nice click, and I'm not seeing any kind of rattle. If you pull on it, it will wiggle a little bit around in there, but not too bad, not bad at all. And if you use the retention strap, which is both a snap, let's see here, a snap and some Velcro, it's held very firmly in place. Very, very nice job with the retention. And all in all, the sheath is excellent. For the money, this is a knife and a sheath that works well together, and you're not getting a nice knife and a cheap sheath. You're getting stuff that is on par with each other, both well made. So that pretty much covers it for just running through everything. Some of my parting thoughts are this knife was made in Taiwan, and the Taiwanese have been doing a really good job lately with all the stuff I've seen coming out of there. And this SOG Ops is no exception. Both the sheath and the knife are excellently finished here. The fit and finish is very high. They put a nice edge on this knife. It came very sharp. Really pleased with the way everything comes together, and I have no complaints. If you're looking to buy this knife, I guess my only issue would be, do you need this knife? Are you looking for a fixed blade tactical? And if you are, then I think this is well worthy of your consideration. The price point, $75, is pretty much the lowest price I could find, and I think at that point it's a great deal. You're getting very well made stuff and well thought out, well implemented, good materials, so I like it. I can't find any real issues with the knife. It's just a question of, do you need it, and do you like the blade shape? It's kind of funky looking, but it totally works. I think if you're actually looking to use this, it's definitely a user. So alright guys, that's the review. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back soon with another Blade review, so hang tight guys. Take care.